Welcome to the New Jersey Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to pose your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for additional sessions. And this presentation is being recorded and will be available within a week at strivescan.com/New Jersey. And now I'd like to turn it over to our presenters. And first up is Bay Path University.
Great, thank you, Matt. Hi, everyone. My name is Caroline Andros, and I am the Assistant Director of Traditional Admissions here at Bay Path University. We are located in Longmeadow, Massachusetts. So we're in the historical heart of Western Mass, and we are actually one of 34 remaining all-women's institutions left in the nation. But we really pride ourselves on this and our mission to educate and empower young females throughout their college education. If you have not heard about us here at Bay Path University, we were established back in 1897 as a secretarial school for all women education. We are accredited by the New England Commission of Higher Education. We're also an active member of an 8-college consortium, so we work with a lot of the other colleges and universities right within our backyard throughout the greater Springfield area, and give our students the opportunity to couple their majors and programs with some other rewarding credit programs at the various institutions. We have a total enrollment of about 3,300 students, but you'll see about a small 700 student community at the undergraduate level at our Longmeadow campus. If you thrive in a small class size and one-on-one attention with your professors and other classmates, this is the place for you. We have an average class size of about 16 students and a student to faculty ratio of 12:1. You can see here on our slide, we have over 40 career-focused majors that we offer here at Bay Path University. Anything under those buckets of majors, business, communications, justice, education, etc., you can see all those concentrations there. Some of our most prominent career-focused majors that we offer at Bay Path is our 5-year accelerated pre-occupational therapy studies program. You accelerate your bachelor's degree in pre-OT for 3 years, and then you have direct entry into a 2-year master's in OT program. Some of our other popular majors are within our justice studies. You see that the concentrations within there actually focus and align your interest into a specific avenue within criminal justice. And then some of our other prominent science degrees fall within our medical science programs, falling within the pre-professional programs of pre-med, pre-dental, pre-vet, pre-pharmacy, and pre-physician's assistant. We also have had some blossoming programs within the field of technology with how innovative it's become over the past few years. We've been able to add certain majors focusing on digital forensics, information assurance, and risk management. So hopefully you see a career major here that's aligning with your interests. Besides academics, there's several other ways you can get involved here at Bay Path. You could be a member of over 30 clubs throughout our clubs and organizations here at the university. Those fall within our honors programs, our academic specific clubs and organizations, student government, special interest clubs, multicultural affairs, as well as the competitive side of it. So we do have 7 NCAA Division III sports here, and you can see those listed at the bottom of the screen. We also have several opportunities in terms of student support services here at Bay Path. We have something called our Ally program, which is an early jumpstart into your first year as a freshman student. You would come onto campus about a month early and start really learning and exploring the different student support services that we offer here at the university. We also have free peer and professional tutoring services and academic coaches. Virtual and in-person, you will mental health counseling and health services, a lifelong membership to our gym, as well as a certified personal fitness trainer, also a lifelong membership to our Hatch Digital and Online Learning Commons, and our Sullivan Career and Life Planning Center. One of our most exciting initiatives that's been enacted again for this year, and we're hoping to continue years to come, is our Pell Grant free tuition program. This aids towards affordability for a woman's education and pushing them in order to pursue their bachelor's degree. And so the criteria for being able and eligible for this free tuition program is that you must be a recipient of a federal Pell Grant, and you also be maintaining a cumulative GPA in high school of a 2.5 or higher. So you need to be a first-time traditional student to fall within these criteria and receive free tuition, and that is maintained throughout your all 4 years, as long as you maintain good academic standing and that your federal Pell Grant is reinstated every year. Another one of our really interesting new programs that have just been started, which is coupling with our pre-physician's assistant program, is our PA Pathway program. This is a highly selective and rigorous PA Pathway program. We limit it to admitting 30 full-time first-year undergraduate students into the pathway. And during your end of junior year into senior year, 10 out of those 30 students within the cohort are selected to then continue into a guaranteed seat within our Masters of Physician's Assistant program. If you have any other questions about those initiatives that are new programs that we have going on, check out our website, throw some questions in the chat. Thank you so much, and I will turn it back to Matt.
Great, thanks so much, Caroline. Next up is Pace University.
Hi everyone, thanks so much for joining. My name is Bridget. I work in undergraduate admissions and I work with students in the northern New Jersey area. So if you have any questions, I would be your main point person that you can reach out to. So let's get started. Pace University has 2 strategic locations in New York City and Westchester, New York. Our New York City campus is located right at the foot of the Brooklyn Bridge in downtown Manhattan, where everything is about a 5 to 10 minute walk. So the whole campus is pretty centrally located. No need to take the bus or the subway around campus. There's about 6,000 undergraduate students with about 3,000 graduate students. And we do guarantee housing for all 4 years in New York City and on both campuses. About 74% of our first year students choose to live on campus in their first year, as long as you're submitting your deposit by May 1st. For students that would like to have a more traditional college campus feel, but still stay close to New York City, our Pleasantville campus is located about 45 minutes north of New York City, which is about 30 miles north again of New York City. It's about 200 acres of land, and it's also home to our Division II sports teams, as well as our nature center. The Pleasantville campus is home to about 3,000 undergraduate students and 1,000 graduate students. This campus also offers 6 dormitories to call home, and again, about 74% of our first year students choose to live on campus in Westchester, and we do guarantee housing for all 4 years. Students in Westchester have the benefit of also living in townhouses, which is giving you an off-campus feel while still staying on campus. Something that makes PACE different from other institutions is something called the PACE Path, which is a combination of academics, mentorship and advising programs, as well as internships. The PACE Path is going to start in the classroom with your University 101 class that's taught by your academic advisor. So they're going to help you map out your next 4 years at PACE and really maximize your opportunities, taking advantage of everything that PACE University and the greater New York City area has to offer for you. The first part of the PACE Path is academics. We have over 150 majors, accelerated bachelor's, and combined degree programs. We have 5 undergraduate schools: the College of Health Professions, Dyson College of Arts and Sciences, Lubin School of Business, School of Education, and the Seidenberg School of Computer Science and Information Systems. We also do have a law school located in Westchester, New York. So if students were interested in doing 3 years undergraduate at Pace University and then 3 years getting your JD at our law school, that is definitely an option for students. The second pillar of the PACE Path is our internship program, and we have one of the largest internship programs in the New York metropolitan area, which generally means a typical PACE student has about 3 to 5 internships by the time they graduate with us. So this could be a great experience getting yourself out into the field, networking, building your resume and cover letter. Career services is really hands-on and coming to that university one-on-one class, ensuring that you have the resources to nail your interview and getting you to come to those career fairs that we have on campus twice a semester, as well as specialized events throughout the semester, depending on what field you may want to go into, or if you have a specific company you're interested in, they may be coming to campus to talk about the job field and who they look for in a full-time or internship position. Now more than ever, financial aid is really important, and I'm happy to announce that 95% of our first-year students do receive financial aid from Pace University. The first part is by filing the FAFSA, or the free application for federal student aid. That can make you eligible for additional loans, grants, and work study opportunities. Every single Pace student that applies to Pace University is automatically eligible for a merit scholarship that generally ranges from $10,000 up to $29,000, and that is renewable all 4 years while you remain at Pace, as long as you're in good academic standing. For the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen that are still out in the audience today, I also encourage you getting in touch with your communities, seeing if there's other ways that maybe your family's jobs or your organizations that you're affiliated with can help you pay for tuition. This would benefit you not only for Pace, but any other school that you're looking into down the line. And just as a reminder, the FAFSA will not take away from any merit scholarship that you've already been awarded. So you can go to pace.edu/calculator at the bottom to get a better sense of what you can expect to receive from Pace University. So our application requirements are pretty straightforward. We'll ask for the application and the application fee. You can find us on the Common App or the Pace application. Your high school transcript, generally we're looking at a 3.3, which is an 88 or a B+. Pace announced their test optional policy in 2019, and we plan to continue that forever. So if you are not planning on taking the SAT or ACT, it is not required for you to submit them. Generally, we're looking at an 1140 SAT and a 24 ACT if you have had the opportunity to take them. We'll also ask for letters of recommendation, as well as an essay or a personal statement, nothing much supplemental of what's required of you on the Common Application or the Pace University application itself. For the letters of recommendation, generally we recommend somebody can speak to your academic or professional ability. So if you want to use a boss or a guidance counselor or a teacher, you can bring that however you want. And these deadlines obviously have passed, but just important to note that the difference between early decision and early decision is binding, and early action is just the benefit of finding out earlier, and we have 2 early action dates. For performing arts students, you do have to apply by December 15th. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to help. My contact information can be found here, and I can also drop it in the chat if you have any questions. Back to you, Matt.
Great, thanks so much, Bridget. And next up is Adelphi University.
Great, thank you so much, Matt. Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Straneri. I'm one of the assistant directors of admissions here at Adelphi University. I always say, more importantly, I'm also an Adelphi alum, and Adelphi was the best decision I've made. So if anyone does have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to write them in the chat. So to give you a little bit of an overview about Adelphi, we are a beautiful private liberal arts university located right in Garden City, Long Island, New York, just a quick 40-minute train ride away from New York City, which students take full advantage of. As you can see on the left-hand side, we do have a very diverse campus here at Adelphi. According to a recent study that was conducted, about 45% of our students do identify as being diverse. In fact, we actually won the Insight to Diversity Heat Award for 2 straight years. We also do have several programs and departments in place to make sure that all students feel welcome and supported on campus. So for example, we have our LGBTQ+ task force. We also have an entire department dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion. As you can see on the right-hand side, we have 64 countries represented and 43 states represented here at Adelphi. So it's a great opportunity to make friends and meet classmates from all different backgrounds and walks of life. Our average class size here at Adelphi is 21 students. So you're not just a floating face in a lecture hall or a social security number. You'll actually get personalized and individualized attention from your professors and have those connections. And lastly, if you look on the lower right-hand side, 95% of our students are either employed or in graduate school within 6 months of graduation. So I can confidently say that Adelphi sets students up for success in the real world throughout their time at Adelphi and beyond. So for example, we have an amazing Center for Career and Professional Development. They'll help students with everything from resume building to interview skills to getting internships and even getting jobs. So we do have 6 academic schools and colleges located here on Adelphi's campus. Since we are a liberal arts university, all students do have to fulfill general education requirements. I always say if you're undecided on a major, that's totally okay. We are very undecided friendly here. Students have up until the completion of 60 college credits, which is typically the end of sophomore year to actually declare. So it gives you a lot of time to take those general education courses, speak with your academic advisor that you're assigned to, and really find the right path for you. Our first is our College of Arts and Sciences. That's our largest college here on campus. It encompasses everything from biology, chemistry, physics, biochemistry, communication, sociology, criminal justice, etc., as well as our performing arts. So if you're interested in performing arts, theater, dance, acting, just know that there is an additional component for your application. So you either have to submit a portfolio for review or you have to audition, but there is talent scholarship available. We have our College of Education and Health Sciences. So if anyone here is interested in being a teacher, we have our Scholar Teacher Education Program. That's 4 years for your bachelor's and a 5th year for your master's. And you can choose to concentrate in TESOL, teaching English as a second language, childhood, or adolescent education. College of Nursing and Public Health is one of our most popular majors here on Adelphi's campus. For first-year students, it is a direct entry program, meaning if you were to ultimately be accepted to Adelphi and indicate an interest in our nursing program as your intended major, you'd automatically be enrolled into the nursing program. Our Gordon F. Derner School of Psychology and our School of Social Work both go all the way up to the PhD level. Our psychoanalysis program for psychology is actually ranked 4th in the world, which I always think is such a cool fun fact. And you can choose to go down the neuroscience route or general psychology route with that. A good friend of mine double majored in psychology and criminal justice. She now works for the FBI, which I think is really neat. And that's something that students are certainly able to do here. You can pair a major with a minor or choose to double major. That's something you can express interest with your academic advisor, and they'll help you with that. And lastly, we have our Robert B. Williams School of Business. So we are an AACSB accredited business school. So if you're interested in things like marketing, management, finance, human resources, economics, or even business undecided, that all falls under our business school. We have our James Riley Jr. trading room. So for finance majors, you actually get great hands-on experience with the stock market and trading. We have signature and support programs here on Adelphi's campus as well. Our honors college is for students that took a lot of honors, APs, IBs, and even dual enrollment courses that really want to challenge themselves when they get to the college level. So there is an interview component involved for those that are eligible for the program. It is set up like a seminar style type of learning, very reading and writing intensive. There is honors college scholarship for those that are eligible and ultimately admitted into the honors college. Livermore Global Scholars Program is for students that are globally aware, socially aware, concerned with civic engagement. They do a lot of work and internships with the United Nations. And in fact, 100% of students in the Livermore Global Scholars Program are proficient in a second language. Our 4+1 programs essentially are 4 years for your bachelor's and a 5th year for your master's. So it shaves off time, energy, and tuition money. And we offer that for computer science, mathematics, our Scholar Teacher Education program, MBA program, as well as many others. The full list is directly on our website. And we have also joint degree programs. So those are for students interested in pre-professional tracks. So essentially we've partnered with prestigious universities. So there is early assurance programs and non-early assurance programs. And our Office of Pre-Professional Advising and Fellowship will help students not only get into our partnering schools to continue their professional education, but also the school of the student's choice. We also have support programs. For example, Bridges to Adelphi and Learning Resource Program are both additional for service programs. They support students as they transition from high school to college. Our General Studies Learning Community is a first-year learning community that locks students into 13 credits as opposed to 15. And then after successful completion of the General Studies Learning Community, students matriculate into their chosen major come sophomore year. And lastly, we have our Student Access Office. So if any student needs things like wheelchair accessibility, etc., that is all there for students. So essentially what we need for your application is a completed application, including your essay. We do accept Common Application or the Adelphi application. Your official high school transcript, we do look at around a 3.5 GPA. We are SAT, ACT optional. We do also require one or more recommendation letters. As you can see here, we are rolling admissions here at Adelphi, but we do have some suggested deadline dates. December 1st is our early action application deadline date, and March 1st is our rolling application deadline date. In terms of affording Adelphi, we are a private university, so tuition annually is around $40,000, not factoring in room and board. Depending on the type of housing style that you select in meal plan, it could bring it up to about 56,000. The students are automatically considered for academic scholarship, which is great. We also encourage you to submit the FAFSA for financial aid consideration, as March 1st is the priority deadline date for that. I want to thank you all so much. The contact information is provided on the screen for admissions office, and you're more than welcome to ask any questions in the chat.
Great, thank you, Lauren. And next up is Arcadia University.
Awesome, thanks, Matt. Hi, everyone. My name is Chelsea. I am one of the admissions counselors at Arcadia University. I also graduated from Arcadia a few years ago, so it's near and dear to my heart. I predominantly work with students in Jersey and Pennsylvania and some athletic recruits, so maybe I'll have the chance to work with you in the future. So we're located just outside of Philadelphia in Glenside, Pennsylvania, which is a cute suburban town. So you have the perks of living in the suburbs, but you have all the benefits of Philadelphia right around the corner. We have a train station in Glenside, so it's super easy to hop on that and get into Philly. We have about 2,100 undergraduate students, which means with your classes, you're going to know everybody in your department, your major. So in terms of networking, in terms of really getting to know your professors well, like they're looking out for you and have your best interest at heart. So they might recommend internships to you just based on seeing the work that you do in the classroom. The average student to faculty ratio is 12:1. And I think in my own personal experience, I think my largest class was like an introductory 101 course. And we had about 25 students in the class. And the smallest was my senior year with a thesis course, which had 6 students in it. And I just think of the level of depth that you're able to get to with those smaller class sizes is just absolutely phenomenal. With our academics, we have over 65 fields of study. So whether that's, biology and you go either a pre-med route, or you want to go the path of our assured admissions for the doctorate of physical therapy or our graduate physician's assistant program, or any of the other ones that we have, that's an option. Whether you want to go, creative writing in English, or you want to go with graphic design and studio arts or international business and have, study abroad factored into your program, or global media. You have so many options at your disposal. And, like some of the other schools, we also don't have you commit to your major until the end of your first year. So maybe you take a bio class and you realize you hate it. You actually love music way more than that, or you want to go psychology instead because you like the sciences, but not quite that science. Super okay. You have the flexibility to change that up. We have 26 NCAA Division III teams at this time. Esports is one of our newest ones, as well as ice hockey for men and women, which will start this upcoming year. And so those are all for varsity level, but if you just want to play on an intramural team or recreational team, you're more than welcome to. We have plenty of those. And in terms of clubs and organizations, we have everything from, Hillel, our Jewish society, to a Harry Potter club where we have a recreational Quidditch team, to anime club, to rock climbing, to Spanish club on campus, and other academic program clubs. And if there's ever a club that you want to see but we don't have, you just need you 6 friends and an advisor in order to create a new one. And during my time as a student, we actually saw 15 new clubs created, and they're still in existence today, which is really exciting. Housing is guaranteed for all 4 years. So when you're involved in campus life, it's not like you're 40 minutes away from campus and you're not really interested in coming in. Like, you're there on campus and you're there in the thick of the action. And since it's guaranteed for all 4 years, you don't have to worry about finding that off campus. We don't kick you out. And the parking pass is like $100, so super affordable for the entire year. That's including our apartment complex off campus for our upperclassmen, traditional dorms, and then our suite style residences as well. Then in terms of study abroad, if you're interested in study abroad, please drop in the Q&A where you're interested in studying abroad. But essentially, wherever you have an interest in, we have a program located there. We have been nationally ranked in study abroad for the last 10 years based on the number of our students who go abroad, and also based on the number of students from around the country that go abroad with us as well, which is fun. The first time that I studied abroad with Arcadia, people thought I was joking when I said, like, Arcadia is my school, like this is where my diploma will be from. And they're like, I thought it was just a study abroad program. And you're like, no. So with study abroad, I think in my head in high school, I always assumed that this was, a full year and there was no other options. But you can go abroad for as short as a week with spring break. So you take a 2-credit class, anything from architecture and development in Shanghai to post-apartheid world in South Africa, to the music scene in London. And you learn about this for, during the class, during the week, and then over spring break, you go to this location with you, your professor, and your classmates. So it's as short as a week. You can do a semester program, a summer program, maybe a 2 to 3 week program in the summer, another semester program, or an academic year. So you have a lot of different options out there, and getting out of your comfort zone, just getting to embrace the world, becoming a global citizen is something that we very much promote at Arcadia. If you never leave Arcadia's campus and never leave Glenside, that's also okay. You'll still have an international experience on campus with our international students, with our professors who are international, just with the programs that we have in Philadelphia. So you'll still have that taste of the international, that global perspective without leaving. But we just offer a lot of different unique programs that are specific either to your major, to maybe an internship thing that you have, or maybe just something very specific culturally that you'd like to get out of this. So a lot of different options for our students, which is wonderful. In terms of the application process, so right now there's a lot going on, and for you seniors out there, hang in there, you're almost there. So for your application, the Common App or Arcadia application are your two options. But honestly, if you're looking at multiple schools, the easy way out is the Common App, especially if you're looking at multiple schools at this point in time. We do accept on a rolling admissions basis, and so we'll accept students up until that May 1st national deadline to deposit. It's a little bit of a quick turnaround there at the very end, but with everything going on, we just want to be really flexible and help you in making this decision. So the Common App or the application is the first step. The second part is your transcript, and then a recommendation from a counselor or teacher. We are test optional this year, which I think is really helpful for students. And if you're interested in our BFA program, we do require a portfolio. But thank you so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, again, please drop them in the chat, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Great, thank you, Chelsea. And next up is Arizona State University.
Okay, let's pray that I'm sharing the right screen right now. So hi, my name is Kyle, and I am a regional coordinator for Arizona State University. I'm going to hopefully give you just a very brief overview of ASU today. We have a lot of great rankings, a lot of things that we're known for, but we're really proud of our #1 ranking in innovation for the past 6 years in a row. That's always something when you come to campus, you'll know that's something we're very proud of. We're also a top 10 university for first year experience, as well as for research expenditures without a medical school. So we have a lot of great kind of really awesome rankings that kind of help us stand out nationally. Now we are located in Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix is the 5th largest city in the United States. And that always kind of surprises people, especially if you do visit Phoenix, because it doesn't necessarily feel like it's that large. And so we're about the size of like a Boston or a San Francisco, but we don't necessarily have all of that hustle and bustle. It doesn't feel as congested. So you have a lot of opportunities and things to do outside of campus. Average temperature is 75 degrees, so it's very popular with students from the Northeast, where the winters are very harsh, to flee to Arizona and enjoy a 70-degree weather throughout the year. I'd say 9 months out of the year. Now, something really unique about us is that we have 4 Metro Phoenix campuses that students are assigned to. We are one university in many places. And so when you apply to ASU, when you select a major, you're also selecting a campus. And so each campus kind of has its own different flair and kind of unique culture. And so some majors are going to be offered at multiple campuses. Some are going to be offered only at one campus. So I'll give you kind of a brief overview of each campus. So first, we have our downtown Phoenix campus. This is a medium-sized campus located in the heart of downtown Phoenix. This is our Metropolitan urban campus. This is where all of our majors with a public purpose are housed. So think things like journalism, criminal justice and public administration, nursing and health solutions, just to name a few. Next, we have our Polytechnic Campus, which is located in the East Valley in Mesa. It's a suburban campus, one of our smaller campuses, and this is really kind of our maker and doer campus. This is where a lot of our hands-on programs are located, or programs with a hands-on component. Some of the popular ones include like our graphic information technology, our professional flight program, and so students are really kind of focused on their careers and getting a lot of that experience firsthand. Next up, we have our Tempe campus. This is typically what people think of when they think of ASU. They think of that big state school experience, the college town experience. This is really kind of the school spirit hub of ASU. We have a ton of different programs at the Tempe campus, so I can't name them all. But if you're wanting that big kind of state school experience, Tempe campus is probably a good fit for you. And then last but not least, we have our West Campus located in the West Valley near Glendale. This is a small liberal arts approach to learning. This is really where you kind of get the best of both worlds. So you get get those small classes, you get to know your professors better, a lot of interdisciplinary learning opportunities, but you get the resources of big ASUs. So really, I always think that's like the coolest thing, is that you can have that small college experience, but still kind of feel like you're going to a big state school as well. We have an inter-campus shuttle system that runs between all 4 campuses. So if you wanted to go to another campus, you're never expected to, but you can. If you wanted to take a class there or work a job there, you definitely can. We have over 350 different degree programs at ASU, so there's really something for everyone to get involved, or really kind of something for everyone. If you go to asu.edu/degrees, you can find all of them, as well as view the major maps for each. So that will show you the different classes that you'll take in that program. We're really big on students building a sense of community during their time at ASU. We know we're a big university, so we want you to find ways to kind of make that big university experience feel smaller. And so we do that a lot of ways, but one of the big ways is probably through our residential college system. So students, your first year, you are expected to live on campus, but we house you by your academic college. The idea is to translate the academic experience from outside the classroom into the residence halls, as well as to kind of give you that academic support system in your residence, especially your freshman year. That's your most critical year for success, and so we want you to succeed. We want you to graduate in 4 years, and we want you to have a great freshman year. We also have over 1,000 different student clubs and organizations, so there's really something for everyone to get involved in. Like a lot of people say, you know, if there's something we don't have, you're welcome to start it. But I always say we have a really good representation of programs, so I'm sure there's something for you just to dive right into. Another way we kind of encourage students to build a sense of community is through Bear at the Honors College. Bear at the Honors College has been called the gold standard of honors programs in the nation, a top 5 honors college. So we're always very proud of it. It is a competitive, and it does require a separate application, so that's really important to note. It is open to students, all undergraduate students at all campuses and all programs, so you do not necessarily need to be at a particular program or campus to study as a part of Barrett. A lot of great benefits that come with being a part of Barrett. I'd highly recommend you check it out if you're interested, but just as a reminder, they do require a separate application. So applying to ASU, we accept our application on our website, the Common App, and the Coalition App. So if you're wanting to apply either one of those ways, totally up to you, totally fine, whichever you want to do. Ours typically opens up in July of every year. Common App, Coalition App typically will open up in August. So we do things a little differently when it comes to admissions. So we look for 2 things. We look for, 1, to see that you've completed 16 core competencies in your high school curriculum. So that's these 16 classes listed here. And then 1 aptitude requirement. So we're looking for either an 1180 on the SAT or 24 on the ACT, or 3.0 GPA based off these 16 core classes, or top 25% of your high school class. If you have those 16 classes and one of these aptitude requirements, you're in, you're good to go. There's no essays, there's no letters of recommendation to worry about. We look solely at your academic record against our standards. After you're admitted to ASU, we will automatically consider you for one of our merit-based scholarships. These are most commonly awarded scholarships for our out-of-state students. For fall 2021, we did not require test scores be submitted for consideration for these scholarships. We are test optional for admissions. We haven't always been test optional for scholarship though. For fall 2021, so seniors, that you know, it's test optional. For further classes, we're still kind of working out what that might look like, so I don't know fully yet, but you're welcome to go to scholarships.asu.edu to see some of our scholarship opportunities. If you want to learn about ASU, you can go to visit.asu.edu, attend one of our virtual information sessions, as well as sign up for one of our walking tours on campus. We are scheduling them on a very limited basis, about 6 weeks in advance. And then if you have questions, your admissions representative, her name is Sarah. She couldn't be here tonight, so I'm covering for her. You are welcome to send her any questions that you have. So thank you so much.
Great, thank you, Kyle. And our last presentation for this session is from Barry University.
Hi guys, so my name is Ezekiel. I'm born and raised in Miami, and Barry University is actually located in Miami Shores. So we're right in the middle. We're about 15 minutes from the closest beach, 15 minutes from Wynwood, which is our art district, and 15 minutes from Key Biscayne, which is an outdoor mall where you're able to tour around and get to see a lot of various things there. So our core commitment for Barry University is knowledge and truth, inclusive community, and social justice and collaborative service. So basically, we're just really big on volunteer work here. We actually want to be very local with our surrounding businesses, and we're very knowledgeable with everything that actually happens around our area. Our student body is total undergraduate enrollment around 3,000 students, and we also have a 12-to-1 student faculty ratio. And all of our faculty actually have terminal degrees. And a good thing about our faculty professors are actually your academic advisors. So they know what you do in class and be able to help you outside of class as well. Our admissions profile is an average GPA of a 3.4 and an average SAT is a 1020, ACT is a 20. However, you can have a 2.0 to get in with the ACT of a 780. And also we do have test optional as well, but you need a 2.5 GPA and a 2.7 GPA as well to get into any other departments. If it's a 2.5, it'll be under general studies. Our application is pretty easy. There's no application fee, no essay, no deadline, and we are rolling admissions, and we do accept common application as well. Our athletics is NCAA Division II. We also recently received the esports team about a year ago, so we're hoping that picks up because a lot of students that usually come in from high school do enjoy playing games. So for our scholarships, we do have our merit-based scholarships. So just applying for us, the lowest you possibly can receive is $7,500, but the highest for out-of-state students is $19,000, and in-state students is $17,000. For a STEM scholarship for all the juniors out there, we give a full ride to 7 students. They were able to receive $6,000 stipend and must have a 3.5 GPA. And leadership experience. So leadership experience is if you're part of a club, do you work outside of high school? Do you do anything on your free time that benefits your community? We just want to know about that. And that gives you a chance to receive a full ride scholarship to Barry University. And on top of that, we do have our honors program, which you need a 3.7 GPA with a 1310 ACT and a 28 ACT, which gives you $5,000 additional per year. So all of our scholarships are usually stackable. So that's a good thing as well. Our tuition is $30,600 and our room and board is $11,400. Talk a little bit about our clubs and academics. We have over 50 plus clubs. If you don't have a club that you enjoy on campus, you're able to make one just for 5 to 10 students. And our academics are really good here as well. Our top 4 departments are business, nursing, psychology, and social work. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact us at Barry University or Barry Admissions, or email me directly at easyrodriguez@barry.edu.
All right, thank you all so much. So we do have a few minutes for Q&A. So I'm going to ask all of our presenters to come back on camera and respond to this question that's going to be on the screen. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I will ask that they go in the order that they presented. So we'll start back with Bay Path University.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Matt. So I would say anything that I usually tell students is you don't, I think, I forget who said this already, but don't be scared about not knowing what you want to do. I think there are so many universities and institutions out there that offer so many advantages for students who are still looking to find their place. And whether it's within the student engagement or student clubs, dip your toes into various majors as well. There's nothing wrong with that. And coming in as exploratory, I mean, for us here at Bay Path, you have up to 2 years to declare a major. So that gives you plenty of time to do trial runs of different areas that you may be or may not be interested in. But that's what I would say right off the bat is don't be scared of not knowing.
Yeah, Caroline, that's a great one. One that I was going to say is take advantage of the resources that you have. I know being virtual, it's temporary and it seems like it's been going on forever, but a lot of good things have come out of it, especially on the college side. We have virtual campus tours, connecting with people virtually, and even using us all in the room as admissions counselors. We're happy to help provide another perspective if you haven't been able to get in touch with your high school counselor, college counselor. So definitely reach out and don't be shy. We're happy to help.
Yeah, those are great. And I think just not to be afraid to ask questions and to try to understand everything. It can definitely feel like a lot of information, and we understand that. But just no question is a silly question. Utilize all your resources, connect with your counselor. They're excited to hear from you and to help you along the journey. If you're able to schedule, whether it be a virtual or in-person opportunity to meet with someone or even just explore the campus, if you have that ability, definitely would recommend doing that.
So many good ones so far. I would just add that you think about things that are really important to you. Like when you've thought about your college experience, have you always wanted to be a part of Greek life? Do you want to be in the heart of a city? Do you want to be in the middle of a cornfield? Do you want to know everybody? Do you want to be a bigger fish in a small pond or a small fish in a big pond? Because a lot of us we're all phenomenal schools, and we have a lot of similar majors, but think about like location and I think of those big ideas. Obviously, finances are incredibly important. So once you get through that part, think about these other things that will really greatly impact your college career.
Yeah, Chelsea, I will definitely say I'm all about, go to the cornfield, man. Just straight into the middle of nowhere. It's always great. That's usually where the nicest people are too. But seriously, as far as my advice goes, I always kind of say the same thing because I think it's important for not only searching for college, but also making your final decision. There's three factors that you really want to consider when searching for college. One is academic fit. Do they have the program that you want? Is it successful? Are you going to see yourself being successful in that program? Two is social fit. Do you see yourself fitting in there? Do you see other students like you? Do you see yourself enjoying your time on campus? And then last but not least is financial fit. Can you afford it? Is the scholarship package worth it compared to what other schools are offering you? Those are just big kind of three things I always tell students to consider because they are really important. Especially when you get down to the wire, like, oh, I have so many great offers. I've gotten into all these great schools, but I don't fully know like what is going to be the best overall fit for me.
Awesome. So I pretty much got everybody's answers. So I'm just going to I'm just probably going to say mostly everything you guys already said. So I'm just going to go based off of my own opinion. I'm just going to say, go for the location and the academic program and how big and how large or how small the school size fits for you. So personally for me, I stuck with a smaller school and the location as well. So if those were big things for you guys, I would just think about that at the end of the day.
Awesome. Thank you all for your responses. Our next question is, what is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
So every year we actually participate in our Puerto Rican parade. So we get involved with the greater Springfield community. So we're, like I said, located in Long Meadow. So we're right in the heart of Western Mass, but there's so many other institutions right around us: Western New England University, Springfield College, American International College. In the city of Springfield itself is so welcoming to all of our institutions that are also a part of that 8 college consortium. So all of our diversity groups and student affair offices all come together and actually march in the annual Puerto Rican parade. So this is a huge time for students, staff, and faculty to get together, and it doesn't have to be just an engagement between those 3 areas within the Bay Path University, but also everyone branching out and getting to know all of those other communities that are within 10 to 20 minutes from each other. So that's always something that our students look forward to. And I know that even the faculty and the staff look forward to it as well. So.
That sounds like a lot of fun. For Pace University, I like that during finals week, the students are able to do breakfast at midnight and karaoke. It's a really nice way to de-stress after or during a really stressful time during finals week. So, and I'm a big fan of breakfast food, so that's why I personally like it. But I'm going to pass it off to Adelphi in the effort of time.
Me too. I'm a big fan of breakfast food. My favorite is called Wear It Wednesday. So what that is every Wednesday we wear our Adelphi apparel, or we wear our school colors, which is brown and gold. And it's just a great way for school spirit. You walk around, you see everyone wearing their Adelphi apparel and their school colors, and it's just one of my favorite days of the week for sure.
That's so fun. Mine is Spring Fling, which obviously happens in the spring. And so it's several different days of activities. And so one of them is like our version of Coachella, it's Arcadia Cella, and our student government comes together to choose a band. And with the funds that they have, they're able to bring in a fun band. Another day is like a family fair, essentially. So a lot of people from the community and then the families will come. Another day is a food truck festival. So we have all these food trucks in the center of campus and students just come out for it, like the cupcake truck, absolute favorite. So there's just a lot going on at that time, and it's a great break once the weather's nice.
Yeah, okay, so mine's fun because if you see my Zoom background, hopefully it's not gonna like break out, but I am currently on Zoom standing on a mountain, which is located at the Tempe campus for ASU. So as you see right now, it's gold, and because this is real time, this is how I'm standing right on top of this mountain, you better believe. So right now, a mountain is gold. every year at the beginning of every school year, we ask that our first year students hike up a mountain. It's not about a hike at all. Sometimes the students hear that and they're like, what, you want me to hike? No, thank you. But it's a super easy hike. And our students will actually paint the A white to symbolize the beginning of a new school year. And so that's always a really fun activity for our new students to kind of feel like they're a part of the culture and the community. It's just that kind of tradition that we do every year. We've been doing it for over 80 years. And then we will paint it again right before our first football game. So that's always kind of something really to look forward to, and always something fun, especially because, like, you know, like I said, I can show it off right now. So that's always really cool.
For me, it would be the Festival of Nations. So it's where our students are, it's a student-run festival where a lot of different student countries come together in clubs. And pretty much you get a bingo card and you have to go to each tent and like write something that you learn, and you get like a special prize from that tent after they take you a little pop quiz. So there's like Jamaican patties, you play soccer with the Brazilian team, and then you get like arroz con frijoles with the Ecuadorian tent, and then it's just so much you can learn, and then actually you get a lot of food, and you get to play a lot of games. So it's just like a fun event for the students to just, you know, do on themselves and just, you know, how do I say, just, you know, I'm losing the word, no. You guys will come back.
All right, well, thank you all. We are just about out of time, but I wanted to say thank you for joining us. After you close the window, there'll be a brief 4-question survey, and we do appreciate your feedback. Please do sign up for additional sessions happening this evening, and a recording will be available at strivescan.com/New Jersey. So thank you all so much, and enjoy the rest of your evenings.